habitat creation, conservation and improvement were some of the key aims behind this Fell Care Day in Grange. More than 150 volunteers have come with enthusiasm to tackle 10 practical conservation tasks, putting in almost 900 hours towards managing 2.7 hectares of woodland and clearing scrub from nearly another hectare of limestone grassland. They quickly disperse, mainly into the woodland around Grange, because coppicing is one of the day's principal tasks in several locations.
This wood is a 12-acre wood, and it's privately managed by a trust called the Lime Kiln Wood Trust, of which I'm the chairman at the moment. And what we're doing today is coppicing, and we'll be focusing on trees like this, which are actually hazel. And the purpose of it all is to encourage the growth of plants that live on the woodland floor. This is a technique which was used for centuries and centuries in medieval times, and these woods were all coppiced in this way. And the poles, these thin poles here that we're cutting at the moment, were used to make things like hurdles. That's not the prime reason we're doing it now. We're doing it to knock holes in the canopy to let light in, and the light in turn brings warmth into the wood, which in turn causes the seed bank in the soil to start germinating. We have to be careful with trees this big because they're quite heavy when they fall down. And in fact, coppice of this sort of thickness makes very good firewood. So members of the trust use this wood in their wood burners, their log burners. And after it's dried for a year, it makes excellent firewood. And the most important thing to know is that what we're doing here is not killing the coppice. Next spring, it'll start sprouting from the base, and we'll get far more thin shoots like this. And eventually, in 15 years' time, they'll have reached the thickness of my arm, probably.
Okay, William, point to the head. I'm just teasing, I know where it is.
Several primary schools are part of Fell Care Day. These children are making some woodland art and also looking for patches of violets which should really flourish as more light and warmth gets through the trees.
Oh, it's so cool.
Martin Wayne from Butterfly Conservation explains how coppicing helps butterflies and maybe even some rare ones.
Looking to manage for high brown fritillary, pearl bordered fritillary and perhaps Duke of Burgundy fritillary. It's not likely that we'll get the Duke of Burgundy back here. It used to be in these woodlands. We haven't seen it in here for 30, 40 years or so. But if we get the habitat right, then who knows?
Why is this so important here?
Well, we want to work with the people at Lime Kiln Wood because it's part of connectivity. We're working with Lime Kiln Wood, we're working with brown robin, and we're working with Eggerslack wood, and we're hoping to connect up all these little bits of woodland and to create corridors for the butterflies to move through.
And does that work?
Yeah. The idea is we're leaving the standards, but we're opening up the woodland floor, and then it's the violets that are on the woodland floor, like this one, that the butterflies will come and lay their eggs on, and then the caterpillars will eat that. We've been finding the butterflies have survived some of these really dreadful summers that we've been having, where it's just rained from June all the way through. But the butterflies have survived that. But the real crucial bit is the caterpillar stage, because they're the most vulnerable there. They're most vulnerable to bacteria and to fungus and to predation and stuff.
Yes.
Not far away is Brown Robin Nature Reserve, where as light penetrates the woodland, the habitat is changing. This wood has been coppiced in recent times. The hazel has grown back, but the work with volunteers goes on. OK, right now it's lunchtime, but they deserve a respite. It's quite hard work. This is Eggerslack Woods, where 10 metres of dry stone wall is being rebuilt, another natural habitat for flora and fauna. Sometimes our woodland habitat is threatened by invasive species like the sycamore, which can spread and grow so rapidly that other species are crowded out. So there's nothing for it but to dig and pull out the sycamore saplings. Sounds easy, doesn't it?
How was that?
Eggerslack wood is classed as ancient woodland and has been managed for centuries. Today, groups of adult volunteers and school children too are coppicing in here as well, but being selective in what comes down.
If we can find any dead trees as we're going around here, we'll leave some of the dead trees standing as what we call standing deadwood, which is great for sort of insects that like boring and for woodpeckers and cavity nesting birds. So it's a whole range of benefits from this. In days gone by, people weren't thinking, oh, let's manage this woodland for butterflies. They were producing, you know, wood products for industry and for fuel wood, for making hazel panels. So a whole host of products were coming out of here. And the wildlife benefits at that time were almost incidental. So what we're trying to do, whilst a lot of this produce is of low value now, is reintroduce that old method of working that gives the environmental benefit.
Very tiring.
It's tiring.
Well, you need to sit down a lot, as you can see we're sitting down.
This is the second year that we've had this group of children working in the woods. So they're year 6 at Grange Primary School now, and they came out and worked with us last winter. So there's a site that they've been to have a look at today, which they were really excited to see how well it's come on since they worked on it last year.
Have you actually seen any evidence of any of the violets growing anywhere?
Yeah, we found a couple. Yeah, we saw some. They look like little heart flowers.
Hopefully by getting these children involved, they'll have a passion for nature and they can take that on with them into their adult life.
So lots of children from 3 schools and adults from 18 organisations and businesses are coppicing in 3 woods. But that's just part of the work going on. Some serious kit is needed to install a new handrail, and in Grange Community Orchard there's a new apple tree to plant and scrub to clear. All that effort combining to make the Grange over Sands Fell Care Day a great success.